Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders Daily Video. Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you had a good evening. And if you traded last night or over the last few hours, hopefully you were able to take advantage of some of the movements that we saw happening. Just a quick look at what's happening in the pre-market here in the U.S. stock market. We have the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, all positive today. So we should see a positive open in the U.S. markets anyway. Of course, we still have Fiscal Cliff talks going on, and probably not going to be all done by the end of the month, but hopefully they'll get some things taken care of there. Debt limit needs to be raised, they say, and so lots of things happening from that perspective that's going to cause the markets to possibly jump around quite a bit. Now, as we said the last couple of days, this is a big week for news announcements today. In the U.S., we have ADP non-farm employment changes down from what the forecast was, down to 118,000, was forecast to be at 129,000. Previously, it was 157, which was revised down by 1,000. So unemployment not as strong as we'd like to see. Productivity down, and labor costs are worse than expected. We still have coming up here in an hour or so the ISM non-manufacturing, along with factory orders, crude oil, those types of things. Then this afternoon, New Zealand is coming out with their rate statement, and then later this afternoon, Australia's coming out with its employment number. So keep an eye on those things. And of course, Friday we've got the big non-farm employment changes that are going to come out here in the U.S. So that's what's happening with the markets. Now, what we'll see happening when we're dealing with some volatile markets, and I'm just going to illustrate this quickly. Let's say that we've got a candle here. What we'll see oftentimes is a big wick or shadow, depending on what you call it, where it goes all the way from here all the way down to there. So the range is really big in comparison to the body. Now, it doesn't happen on every candle. This is a 4-hour candle here, but when we see those types of things, we need to recognize that it is being a little bit more volatile, and the market is, maybe stopping us out quicker than what we would normally be looking at. Wanted to spend just a couple minutes here talking about the idea of support and resistance. And oftentimes we draw support and resistance as lines on a chart where the price has a tendency to have a difficult time moving beyond. And so as we look, and this is just the US CAD 4-hour chart, it could be any type of a chart or any pair that we're looking at. But we look at certain things here to tell us whether or not the area is going to be acting as support or resistance, and some things that can help us identify the strength of that. One type of a support area that we can take into consideration is something where it drops hard and it moves back up again. This area here can be significant in the terms that traders will look to get out of trades at those big movements because they didn't get out of them when they were supposed to. And so they end up getting out of it if it comes back down to those areas. So you'll see that price there act as a support or resistance area on occasion. Even though it's only one point, as it comes back down, we're going to consider that as an area to look for the markets to show some slowing anyway. And then we have times where we've got multiple areas that are hit, and this is a good example where, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 times here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times here, and it's just running in between this area of support and resistance. And when we see that, we can look at that as something to tell us when we might want to be going long or short along those lines there. Now, of course, with the simple trading method, we want to be buying at support. So in an uptrend, we want to see the price going up, and then as it comes down to support, look to get in as it begins to move above the highest high of the last 3. Now, that's going to be the opposite for a downtrend, looking at a resistance. But being able to draw those lines in there can give us an idea of where we might be looking to see the price having a hard time moving either beyond and bouncing down or up from those. So it takes some time to review how to draw those, make sure you understand those areas and how important they are, and start to use them in your evaluation of the charts. All right, so we'll wrap it up with that. Have a great rest of the day, and we will be back tomorrow to take a look at what is continuing on. Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.